Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. You're probably wondering what the hell is going on. So pretty much I decided to go ahead and do this thing where for the month of October, every Friday I go ahead and post a horror based video. I'm dedicating every week to a different theme, and for this week I went ahead and decided to base it on serial killers. Now, I went ahead and asked my friends over on Instagram. I went ahead and asked my friends for any cases that you'd be interested in me to talk about. And one case stood out in particular to me, and that case is the Axeman of New Orleans. And I'm gonna be really honest with you guys, I have not heard about that case. I know. Shocker, but I have not heard about that case in particular. But yeah, I kind of wanted to kind of devote this time to kind of learn about it, and kind of if you guys haven't heard about it either, learn about it with me. Also, before I go any further into the video, as you can tell, I kind of decorated the background, I put some lights, kind of devoted this space to make it a little more comfortable, to kind of give it off that spooky vibe. Also, for every horror-based video, I'm gonna go ahead and try to dress up. As you can tell, today I dressed up as Chucky. I have these sick overalls with this Chucky sweatshirt that I went ahead and put on. Also, what should I call this series? Just because I am, I don't want to keep calling it horror-based series. So I'm thinking probably, since it's gonna go every Friday, probably like something like Freaky Friday. I think that'd be fun, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know, and then I can go ahead and give it an official name on next Friday. Anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at the case of the Axeman of New Orleans. So pretty much, I just went ahead and searched it up, and according to Wikipedia, the description says the Axeman of New Orleans was an identified American serial killer in New Orleans, Louisiana, and surrounding communities, including Grenada, from May 1918 to October 1919. So, okay. And the criminal status was he was never caught. The span of crimes was May 23, 1918 to October 1919, which I just mentioned those dates. The victims were 6 dead and 6 injured. So, okay, so it sounds, honestly, I'm gonna be really honest, something that really creeps me out when it comes to these type of cases is seriously like the whole background of like they were never caught, if that makes sense. Like, they were never caught, and I feel like, well, obviously, like, they were never caught, but it's just like, it's something that like it holds a little more like, I don't know, it kind of gives me chills down my spine, like cases like that, in that sense, simply because, I don't know, just there's so many aspects that go into it, and it's nothing like, Ted Bundy or like Jeffrey Dahmer, who were eventually caught later in life and did serve prison time. But it's just like, I feel like for situations like this, it's a little bit more like a little more terrifying, I guess, the fact that their criminal status is literally not caught. But yeah, let's just go ahead and dive in deeper into this case. Also, one thing to know, I don't know if I should be trusting Wikipedia. My little sister always tells me, like, stop, what are you doing? Stop reading Wikipedia. I love Wikipedia. I'm a huge Wikipedia fan page. Like, I will literally run into myself, like, literally, like, reading Wikipedia pages during the most random times of the day. So, but yeah, I don't know. I love Wikipedia, and yeah, anyways. Okay, so it says here in the background that the victims were obviously attacked with an axe, which often belonged to the victims themselves. So they were attacked by axe that, that the owners owned, I guess. It's trying to say, and the majority of the victims were Italian immigrants or Italian Americans, leading to believe that the crimes were authentically motivated. That's scary. I'm an immigrant, so that's scary. I'm not Italian, but I'm an immigrant, so it's kind of scary. And now it just dives deeper into how the Axeman was never caught or identified, and his crime spree stopped mysteriously as it had started. You know, it's as his identity like remains unknown to this day, but there is some possible identifications, which is very again, it's very terrifying and very scary, because it's like, I don't know, it's just a sense of like, the world is such a scary place. It generally really is. It seriously is a really scary place. And I feel like, honestly, like, there's just, I don't know, there's just some really insane people out there. It's kind of like a therapeutic session. So there is some suspects, of course. Some people speculate that it could have been Joseph Marfan, who was a man who was shot to death in Los Angeles in December 1920. So the list of victims was Joseph Mango, who was who was Italian, of course, and his wife Catherine. They were attacked on May 23, 1918, while sleeping alongside each other. And I guess the killer broke into their home and proceeded to cut their throats with a straight razor. Upon leaving, he bashed their heads with an axe, perhaps in order to conceal the real cause of death. Justice survived the attack, but died minutes after being described by his brothers Jake and Andrew. That's really horrifying and very, very scary. It's kind of like also, his wife, her throat was cut so deeply that her head was nearly severed from her shoulders. Catherine did not survive long after the attack, if at all, and died before her husband's brothers found them. That's terrifying. Reading all these victims, Harriet, Anna, Joseph, Charles, like, I'm reading a bunch of them, and it seems like a bunch of them were like their deaths, and it's such a coincidence that their deaths happened while they were asleep, like in bed. Like, it's crazy, like how it's like a broken home like thing where it's like you break in and you just like murder them. It's like, that's what I'm seeing a lot from these cases, is that with the victims, is that, a lot of them are, they're in bed and they just they get murdered. A victim that really stood out to me was I mentioned her name, Anna Schreiner, and she was 8 months pregnant at the time. She survived the attack. However, she did lose quite a little bit of blood, and both she and her unborn baby survived. She doesn't remember anything about her attacker, and authorities determined that she had been hit and attacked with a lamp from her bedroom. That's very, very scary, especially knowing that, like, being 8 months pregnant, and it's something tragically more like a case more severe, I guess you could say, per se. But also, I think it's a little more terrifying in the sense that, like, she doesn't remember. She's clearly said she doesn't remember, and that's something that really, like, it's a little terrifying, especially because it's like, you were attacked, but you just can't remember, what they looked like, or like what your attacker, or like who it was. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I feel like generally that's something really terrifying, and it's something that, like, it's awful. I mean, also, I'm reading here, and it says that, like, the Axeman entered his victims' houses through small holes, I guess. That's crazy how there was, it's crazy. I'm reading right there, and it says, like, pretty much, like, there was no signs of entry or like robbery, or like there was no signs of like someone trying to break in. Like, he would just go ahead and like make holes, or like do these like holes. Like, he wouldn't break down any doors or anything, like from after the, like, making the little holes or whatever into like the houses. He would just break in and like that's where it began. But another also thing is to think about is also like he didn't really like, or they didn't care for any valuables that person had. It seemed like he was only there for a reason, and that reason only was to go ahead and get the victims, which unfortunately were Italian immigrants. And he attacked 12 people in a little over a year before disappearing. The official list of the Axeman's victims stands at 12. Only 3 were found dead at the scene, and the thing died shortly afterwards as a result of their wounds. The other 6 survived, but didn't remember enough to describe didn't remember enough of the attacks to describe like the actual attack. It's very, very scary. And then it just says here that he was never caught, because I guess he stopped his murderous rampage towards the end of 1919. It is unknown what happened to him, if he left town or he simply just stopped killing. However, one suspect, Joseph, was shot and killed the next year, which there is no connection between him and the Axeman. If that was ever him, like there's no proof of that. So yeah, after like diving into that case, I could definitely say it is. I could see why it has the audience attention, and I can see why my friend. Shout out to Dali. Hi Dali, if you're watching this, I love you. Thank you for requesting this case, but no, I could see why it has a lot of the attentions, like the public's attention to this day after like more than 100 years. And it's simply because it's that mysterious. You just don't know who it is or who it was, and it's something I guess we will never find out. It's something we'll never know, and it's something really cold-hearted, especially with so many victims who passed away, and who were flagellantly murdered. Who had this from someone who had this motive to get a specific group. It's a case that I'm definitely going to try to look more into, but yeah, I think it's something that, I don't know, a very, very cold case, you could say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed me talking about the Axeman of New Orleans. Definitely, like I said, I'll go ahead and look into that more of that case. I want to look into some YouTube videos because I'm really interested. I'm really interested in because it looks like this case is literally like it has dots and dots and dots connecting everywhere, simply because the public wants to know. But like I said, something the world would never know. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you guys also enjoy this setting. It's chill, just one-to-one talk vibes. Let me know what you guys want the next theme for next week's Friday horror-based video to be, and I am more than willing to go ahead and bring you that. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace. Boo!